We got to do a little house, what do they call it? Housework? House cleaning?
House cleaning?
What is it
they
called?
call it? Straightening up? What?
We were lied to yesterday, and
oh, boy.
I just want to go on record and say that we were lied to yesterday.
A record?
We had a meeting after the show, and I don't give a flying fuck if I piss off anybody. I'm going to tell you exactly what was said in a meeting yesterday.
Yeah.
We did our Who Gives a Shit meeting that me and Aunt do about once every 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
It is really a Who Gives a Shit meeting. We're holding up pretty much a lot of people. We're carrying them on our fucking backs.
I was,
and then we got to make
yawning.
believe. Oh, I know. And then we got to make believe these people matter in our lives and our careers. It's really a ridiculous thing that we've dealt with for many, many years.
We are quite charitable going into these meetings like we really care.
No, it's not. It's a nice little conversation.
Sure.
And everyone plays their part. We make believe the person we're talking to could actually do things for us.
Right.
And then we kind of give them a little like, oh, okay, that sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
And then we go home and forget that we ever had the meeting. It's been our thing for, 18 and a half years probably. Mm-hmm. So yesterday in this meeting, it was brought to my attention that the SiriusXM lawyers had a clip removed from YouTube.
Somebody was a little upset with the clip, I guess. Didn't like the content.
We don't get involved with that shit whatsoever, and I want to make that perfectly clear.
Nope.
So I guess a special it wasn't even a special interest group. Somebody complained about an old bit we did that
2-year-old clip.
Was it 2 years old?
Yeah, and it wasn't even a bit. It was just some part of a conversation.
Yeah. And what was it about? We were making fun of cerebral palsy, was it?
Somebody that was in the studio that day.
Yeah, I don't even know
who it was.
I swear to God, I don't even know who was making fun of cerebral palsy. I don't know in what way because, I think anything could be made fun of.
Yeah, we've done that before.
We've said that many, many times over the years.
So I guess a parent was listening and was like, "Ah!"
Right. And all right, sure, that's a little too close for them, and I could understand why they would be mad. But I mean, we've said it, and it has to be said again. A lot of shit we talk about and make fun of affects us personally.
Yeah.
It really does. I make fun of mental illness. I mean, mental illness has been a nightmare in my family since I could remember, but I have no problem fucking making fun of it. I have no problem if others make fun of it. I have no problem if people make fun of my mom, all that shit.
Right.
And there's a lot more examples, but I'll just use that one today. So this clip, I bummed out somebody out there, so they brought it to the attention of SiriusXM. So, of course, the lawyers had to get involved, and they decided they needed to get rid of this clip immediately. So, in this meeting yesterday with Steve Blatter, Steve told us this was going on. I'm like, oh, okay, what are we going to do? But, they decided that.
They want the clip removed.
And I'm thinking if it's one clip, whatever. We're not gonna win all battles.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve goes, but that's the only clip they're removing from YouTube. I'm like, oh, okay. Because we are very aware that our material is out there on YouTube. It's out on Reddit. It's all over the place. It's in places that I know of that I won't even mention here because that'll just get the lawyers fucking going in deep.
Yes.
And the reason we never get involved with that shit is because it's spreading the word of the show. It's spreading ONA. And a lot of people, they get turned on to the show by hearing a clip on YouTube or somewhere else. And in a lot of cases, they turn around and go, fuck, I'm going to buy the service.
Yeah.
I know it works that way. I hear from the people. So we were lied to yesterday because we were told about this situation with this one clip that was a little touchy, and they just decided to get rid of it on YouTube. I'm like, all right, what are you going to do? Fuck, because I know of all the other shit that's going on. And I wake up this morning to people from all over the world.
The world, literally.
All over the world.
Planet Earth.
Because there's, I don't know, the listeners get together in all these places. They get together in places I don't even know about, but it made some kind of message board basically saying that the lawyers are aggressively taking down everything.
Sending out
from YouTube.
Fucking cease and desists and subpoenas, things.
One guy's saying he got a subpoena. A subpoena. This goes completely against what was said to us in this meeting yesterday. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
My question to Steve Blatter, what the fuck?
Yeah, what happened?
Because then I write him, he goes, I'm unaware of this. Well, why are you unaware of this? You told us that they were getting rid of one clip. Yeah, he writes, that's news to me. Only clip I'm aware of is the one we talked about earlier today, which we just mentioned here.
Yeah.
We'll look into this further. Shouldn't you be on top of this?
This was, as far as when we left the meeting yesterday, it was just that clip. And everything, and it wasn't even like, yeah, I think they're okay. He was like, no, the rest of it, oh, absolutely. Yeah, they won't. It's just this one clip. And then it's everything.
Right.
And I was getting tweets yesterday from people that were like mad at me. Like, oh, you take down the clips. You get the lawyers after us. And I just put, I did.
I can't. I used to spend way too much trying to explain myself in the show to people, and they just don't. Yeah, exactly. They just don't want to hear it.
No,
we have nothing to do with this. Why would we want that?
Right.
I don't give a fuck how many people listen to us through SiriusXM. I do give a fuck how many people are listening to us in general, and if that means they're listening in other ways, that's so good for us. So good for the Opie and Anthony brand. And so why would we be the ones that would fucking attack fans that are trying to spread the word of the show? We started Syndication Underground years ago. Way before any of this technology was available to us, we encouraged people to tape the show and get it out there for us.
Yeah.
So, of course, we continued down that road to this day.
And if there's no satellite available all over the world, which there isn't, to have people in Australia being able to listen,
right?
That's pretty cool.
Here's a guy. He goes, yep. Another fan who's pissed about the YouTube video thing being taken down. Only way to get new stuff in the UK. Oh, what this is affecting, and it's not going to matter to these idiots, that we currently work for. We'll work for a bunch of other idiots. Trust me, they're just the current idiots. It's affecting people that like the show from around the world, and they don't have the technology to cater to those people. Like you said just before the show, our friends get to podcast to the world. Right. We get to do our show to America.
That's it.
Like the world is open to these people now.
Yeah.
That want to do a podcast or videos or whatnot.
Yeah. And get it on demand and shit like that, so you can listen.
These are the ones that came in before we even brought it up on the show. Here's a guy from Belgium, bummed out, huge fan, but the only way I can listen is through the YouTube clips. Let's see, a guy from Australia. I'm just quickly going through my feed. Another guy from England, a guy from Ireland, and it goes on. Another Australian guy. Yeah, because we're always wondering, why the fuck do we have a fan base in Australia? That always confused me, but it's because they go on YouTube, they find some of the cool clips, and that's how they're becoming fans.
Yep.
My point here today is that we were lied to.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Well, Steve will say that he didn't lie to us.
Of course.
But why aren't you aware?
He'll just point to the ceiling. That's the people,
those guys.
Up there.
What are they going to do?
The faceless, nameless entity that controls things.
To just chip away at the greatness of this fucking thing.
Yes.
Chip away.
What's that?
It makes it harder and harder to do this.
Yeah.
When you got your own people working against you. Because I know it's turning people onto subscriptions.
Yes.
And then you got the people that just don't have a way to get a subscription, that they're becoming fans because they get to listen to the clips.
Mm-hmm. Good gravy.
I
don't want no meeting today, though, that's for sure.
I'm having all right, well.
Oh, interesting. People are stupid.
Well, in the end, I mean,
Yes, idiots. It's idiots. Mm-hmm.
I do want to say something, but I better not.
Yeah.
I want to say something.
No.
I want to give a rah-rah speech to the fucking fans, but I better.
Oh, yeah, we probably.
Let's just put it this way.
I think they get it.
You can't be stopped. You can't be stopped. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
But it's becoming a thing. It's certainly a thing.
A thing.
I know a lot of people on Reddit and a lot of people just contacting me personally on Twitter right now. I mean, a lot. Wow. Well, I can't even keep up with my feed right now. A lot of UKs coming in. A lot of UK people. So,
you gay?
UK.
Oh, I get it.
But, point being, that's exactly what we were told in the meeting. We have nothing to do with this. We absolutely would not encourage the lawyers to take our material off, a little site called YouTube. Why would we do that?
Exactly.
Are you kidding me?
But apparently people thought we were last night from some of the tweetsies I was getting.
And I already know what is going to be said to us. Well, I guess, they told me, and then they did that, and
I got you.
And then when any of this shit is in front of a lawyer, good luck.
Anything that goes in front of the lawyer turns into shit and unfunny and no reason for it, and just lawyers stink.
And then that we're not even in on it.
No.
Because I would explain myself to some of these people, how it does work and how it is good marketing and how it does lead to subscriptions.
Oh, they wouldn't hear that.
Of course not.
No. They just hear, get it off.
Huh?
They just hear, get it off, take it off.
Right. So,
bastards.
I felt like we needed to address that because, if you get 1 or 2 tweets, it's one thing. But, I mean, this is becoming a really big deal. Really big deal.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, which I would show these guys the tweets, basically saying, yeah, I'll be honest, I was listening to your show, here or there, but then it led me to actually subscribing. And it's a lot of people that, we, after all these years, we're maybe getting some name recognition.
Yeah.
Maybe. But a lot of people, they're not just going to fucking start listening to Opie and Anthony. They don't know anything about us.
Yeah.
So then they find a clip here and there, and they go, wow, that Opie and Anthony keeps popping up. Oh, wow. Oh, they're on Sirius. They're on XM. Okay, cool. Yeah, we don't have that household name. We never did. No. When the company hires a dumb Martha Stewart, they're going for the household name with no content.
Right.
We have the content with no name recognition. That's been our problem over the years. And I think after all these years, we're up to what, 8 now? We're sort of getting some name recognition.
Yeah, you gotta put it out there.
Yeah, but not even a lot. Not a lot. Not like these big stars that they hire just to do shows because they have a name. So,
yeah. And they do no radio.
Huh?
And they do no radio themselves, and they stink when they do the once-a-year show. And
yeah.
And we're in here on a daily basis.
What's funny? Now a bunch of people on Twitter are like, please don't mention me. Please don't mention my site. Please don't. I'm not gonna.
Turn him in.
I'm not gonna.
We're going to turn you in.
I'm more aware than you guys realize when it comes to this stuff. So don't worry about it. But we had to mention this YouTube thing because if I'm to believe, and I have to believe because there's too many tweets coming in, they're aggressively going after fans that are posting shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, boy.
Way to not get anything.
Well,
I just don't like either being lied to or having a meeting with people that can't do anything.
He's going to say he wasn't lying. He's going to say he didn't know that this was happening, and he's looking into it.
The looking into it thing.
Looking into it. By the way, how come looking into it here takes longer than anything else in the world?
I don't know.
It takes so long for them to look into things here.
I don't know. And the place lost a lot of talent because they just couldn't wait around for the looking into it thing. So they went, well, I'm going to look into getting another gig. And they have.
Yes.
So you see these people that are they slowly leave. But then if all of a sudden all the people appeared that were creative, that left since we've been in this building, we wouldn't have enough room in the studio.
It'd be amazing.
All of a sudden it's like, oh, he left. Oh, he left. Oh, they left.
Right.
A lot of talented people. Because the other thing is, they told us they're going to, move this wall. Remove this wall and give us a little more space.
But they got to look into things.
What did he say yesterday?
Looking into it.
A week to maybe 2 weeks.
Looking into it.
Yeah, I'll have another update for you. When Scott Greenstein himself walked down here and I go, this is what we want to do. And I showed him.
Yeah.
And then he was honest. He's like, well, I don't know if I can give you all the space. But I could give you, I go, well, how about up to here? Right. This is all visual. And I go, I did my hand like, if you give us up to here, that would make a huge difference. He goes, all right, let's do this. And then I think Gary was there.
Yeah.
Another useless one. And he told Gary, look into it immediately. But now at the meeting yesterday, it's going to be another 2 weeks of looking into it, and then maybe I'll have an update for you.
You know what it's like because of course Star Wars being in the news. It's like our guys are just the stormtroopers. They don't do anything as far as things like the Death Star is concerned and whatnot. They're just stormtroopers. So we talk to them, and they just we're looking into it. We're looking into it.
Yeah.
But we could go down the hall to Darth Vader.
Right.
But the threat there is that we might get force choked.
Of course.
At some point.
Of course.
He'll get things done for us, because he's not just a fucking stormtrooper, but we might get force choked.
Of course.
And that isn't pleasant. Yeah. Thank you. I kind of like that.
Here's another guy scared. He just writes, there's no way to subscribe to SiriusXM in Australia.
Oh.
We got fans all over the world.
I know.
And I thank the fans for doing that, because they were the ones that pushed out our material. I thank you guys, because we had no way to reach fucking Australia.
They took everything off of YouTube. What happened to YouTube?
Yeah.
I know. YouTube.
And then you got the Sweden. You got the Sweden check. Big fan listening from Sweden. Well, how
used to listen all the time. Where's the shoes?
I guess someone has just, called Sweden and just put their phone to the fucking radio. That's why he knows we're talking right now. Sweden. Hi, Sweden.
Sweden?
They're going to knock on your door and arrest you for listening to this illegally. See, I would. It was a pleasant meeting yesterday.
Oh,
and
sure.
I would do that weekly.
I'd call it cordial.
It was cordial. It was nice.
Cordial.
He gave me some tips on my my dry winter skin
yes.
that a lot of people are suffering.
I enjoyed
through.
that part of the meeting,
You did?
the dry winter skin portion, and the fact that he doesn't like cortisone 10, that it actually makes things worse. Holy mother of Christ, was I looking at my the time on my phone at that point.
And I was itching and itching. He goes, itching is the worst thing you could do. I'm like, oh, really? Well, how about try not itching? How about you try not itching?
That was my favorite part of the meeting.
When you itch it makes it worse. Yeah, I think we all know if you itch something in general, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
But it feels so goddamn good.
It's been the bane of human existence for years.
I will itch athlete's foot right off my fucking toes.
That shit makes you itch.
Where I can't even walk anymore. But you know what? When I itch that fucking athlete's foot right off my body, it's the best feeling ever.
When you itch, man, it just feels great.
It feels great.
If it didn't feel good, why would you stand against a door jamb like a bear on a tree trying to fucking scratch your back? It's amazing.
I would, and I'm not even kidding, I would have one of those meetings once a week because they're kind of quick. If I knew it was actually accomplishing something.
Yeah.
The slowdown in this place.
Well, things got accomplished yesterday. We got lied to. That was good. That was
I would really like to know the answer to that one because, wow. I mean, there's one thing you get a little nervous about a clip, and I don't even live in that world. I could explain any clip we've done over the years. You certainly can as well.
Yeah.
So I don't even understand that, but we do understand in this business you got to give and take a little. So every once in a while you have to give up on some little dumb thing.
It's choosing your battles. Everybody does it no matter what job they're in.
But to tell us that this one clip was being removed because it made some people a little nervous, that's one thing. And now finding out, a mere 12 hours later or whatever it is,
it's an avalanche of
that actually there's an aggressive assault going on.
Yeah. With legal letters.
Going after our fans. What the fuck? You put us in a weird position.
Yeah.
So I figured, we're trying to bitch less, but, this is something I think it was important to bring up.
Yeah, especially since people, think we had something to do with it.
Yeah, I saw your tweet. I did?
Yeah, I did? Really? Wow. I got to check that out.
I can't battle those people anymore.
I didn't do nothing.